Yeah, one world, one family, one circle. This video is about the water. You know what is chlorine? They never teach us what is chlorine. So we're gonna go to the depths of the chlorine, what we drink. We have to come together and work together, family. You know what I mean? We are not no enemy. The knowledge on the TV, the music, the everything is being tampered with, you know what I mean? And being tampered with is like we have to work together, you know what I mean? I'm not no alien, you know what I mean? So everything out there is just to mislead us, you know what I mean? Alright, watch this video off of the water, yeah? Chlorine.
When you drink a glass of water, you expect it to be clean, pure, and not contaminated with toxic chemicals, but you may not realize what could be in your water.
So I'm going to show you now.
Go on.
Who's going to put this water in their mouth, gargle it as much as you can, and then put it back in the glass?
I'll do it.
Chlorine gas. In 1914, a chemist called Fritz Haber offered his knowledge to the German army. He soon began experimenting with chlorine gas to be used in trench warfare.
And if it turns any color of yellow, it indicates that there's chlorine present.
Is pretty bad. You know, the Environmental Working Group, which is an independent agency that investigates water and stuff like that, tested all the water in every city in Arizona. And you know what they found? They found chemicals that exceeded the federal guidelines just about everywhere. So cities all over the state have this stuff in there. You know, there are 86,000 chemicals in use in the United States today, not including the pharmaceuticals like birth control, mood stabilizers, things like that. And, you know, the EPA hasn't added one chemical to their watch list in 10 years. Not one in 10 years. You could have more chlorine in your tap water than you do in your swimming pool.
That's really shocking.
Yeah. When was the last time you were ever tempted to go out and drink your swimming pool water?
Never.
Yeah.
Maybe my dog would do it, but I certainly wouldn't.
Yeah. And you know what? The crazy part is we get 2/3 of our exposure to chlorine when it's absorbed through our skin when we take a bath or a shower, because we absorb chlorine through our skin 6 times faster than if we were to drink it. Now, you know, that's the chlorine, the problem, and we know about the contaminants of the problem. You know, but hardness is a big problem for everybody here in Tucson. So, you know, those scaly white deposits like you see right there on the shower head, you know, and around the faucets and fixtures, it's a never-ending chore to do that. Who likes to do that?
Nobody. And the big red flag to me is that we do have some water systems in our home that really just aren't cutting it. So what can we actually do?
Right? Yeah. You saw what I took tap water.
Yeah.
Why ain't it going yellow?
Why?
Because it's in his mouth.
No
The
way.
chlorine attached to him.
No!
Yes, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. They've taken us for fools in this world, mate. I'm telling you. Where's it gone?
Oh my God.
Now, when the lemon comes, you're going to see a next thing. Watch. A scam, but you just don't even know it. We're not even here, but we're here. If you know what I mean.
Cool. What did you do? Explain to them why this is yellow and this ain't yellow.
Basically, this is tap water, both of them, yeah?
Yeah.
This one was straight from the tap.
Yeah.
And I put a reagent in it to show the colour
Yeah.
of chlorine in the water.
That's why it's yellow.
That's why it's yellow.
Because that's the chlorine in the water.
Right. Then we got another sample, and you gargled it in your mouth.
Yeah.
To show you when you gargled it and you put the water back in there, and I put the reagent in, it never went yellow because the chlorine's gone into you now.
Bumba clock.
So when you wash fruit and vegetables, whatever you put under that tap, the chlorine is attaching itself to any organic matter. Simples. A scam, but I put the reagent in there, it never went yellow.
Yeah.
Because it went inside of him. Any organic matter, chlorine attached itself to everything. So when you're using the tap to wash your fruit and veg, your food, you're actually putting chlorine onto the food straight away.
Yeah.
Watch this, and I'll prove it now. Watch. You see that's chlorine in there, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
You watching?
Yeah.
Where's it gone?
Make it alkaline, innit?
No, but where's the chlorine gone?
Well, I don't know
It's gone
where.
into the...
It's absorbed by the lemon.
So the chlorofine's gone inside the lemon.
Yeah.
I just tried the...
Experimenting with chlorine gas to be used in trench warfare. In April of 1915, 150 tons of lethal chlorine gas was used by the German forces against the French army at Ypres. The French soldiers witnessed yellow lime clouds with a distinctive smell of pineapple and pepper slowly drifting toward their trenches. The French infantry assumed that the Germans were merely using a smokescreen at first, until they started to complain about pains in their chest and a burning sensation in their throats. As the realization of a gas attack became apparent, the French ran away from the area, putting a gap in the Allied line. The German army was hesitant to advance forward due to concerns with what the chlorine gas would do to them. This enabled Canadian and British troops to recapture the position before German forces could break through. Chlorine gas would destroy the respiratory organs of the unfortunate victim and lead to a slow death by asphyxiation. Weather was an important factor in gas attacks. When the British Army launched a gas attack on the 25th September 1915, the wind blew it back into the faces of British troops.